Submachine guns in the Forever Winter have a strange duality to them. They are obviously superior to pistols, but at the same time, all SMGs are flawed, although some more than others. Like with the pistols, I'll start with the guns that fire 9x19mm. Someone in the comments suggested that the volume of 9x19 may have been a mistake, and that it was meant to be 16 cubic units rather than 1.6. That does make sense, as it would bring it much more into line with the other ammo types. Mistake or not though, 9x19 is a very space-efficient ammo. I'll start with the APC-9 Pro. You can't actually buy this gun. You get it as a quest reward for completing Harvest Tech and also Thief in the Night. Immediately we see that this gun already vastly outclasses most pistols. Automatic, burst, and single fire capabilities, takes a suppressor, can equip lights and lasers at the same time, and has a 20-shot magazine. It also has a foregrip and an alternate barrel, which means I can now try to evaluate the wiki's claim that most parts are cosmetic. I'll equip one ACP-9 with the basic parts and one that's upgraded. If there's a difference here, I can't really tell, so it looks like the wiki was right. Now, back to what I said about the duality of SMGs. The fact that almost all SMGs can switch to single-fire mode makes them better pistols than pistols are. So if we have access to SMGs, then pistols are mostly obsolete. But if you used burst fire or full auto mode, you should be doing it with first-person ADS, because in third-person, SMGs have awful kick. I'm not sure if it was always like this, or if they changed something in one of the gunplay updates, but SMGs are much better in first-person than in third. Actually, SMGs are so much better than pistols that they're too good for me to really gauge their relative quality using the training mission. So I'm switching to doing runs of Scrapyard Nexus. My goal for each run is to pick up at least one barrel of water to offset the entry cost, and also kill at least one squad of Eruskins. No health packs. The increased difficulty will make judging the SMGs easier. The APC-9 has good utility, and compared to most pistols it's great. C tier. But 20 rounds is actually tiny for an SMG magazine, and you have to reload it constantly, so demoted to C-. Up next is the PP-19 Vityaz, which is sold by Aramaki. This gun is similar to the APC-9 with a larger 30-round magazine but a slower rate of fire. It can be upgraded to a 45-round magazine and takes a suppressor, lights, and lasers. The larger magazine is an improvement, but the reduced rate of fire hurts its damage output. Also C tier. The PPSH-41 is sold by Aramaki and has a 35-round magazine. It takes simultaneous light and laser, but does not take a suppressor. At first, I thought that this would make it worse than the previous two guns, but instead I found something different. So, suppressors are not nearly as important for SMGs as they are for pistols. They are still important, but not having a suppressor doesn't make an SMG useless. Pistols need suppressors to even be viable because of their low damage. If you start a fight with an unsilenced pistol, you'll probably get attacked by other enemies before you kill the ones that you're targeting. But with an SMG, especially one with a really high rate of fire, like the PPSH, you can just kill everyone, reload, turn around, and then kill the next group too. So for this reason, the PPSH ranks above the previous guns, despite its lack of suppressor. This gun does real damage. B tier. However, it has the same problem with constant reloading that the APC-9 does, so B-. The next gun is the PM-9. This is the hardest gun to obtain in the entire game. The only way to get one is randomly from the donation box in the innards. Big thank you to Mr. Past Glory for donating a PM-9 for me to test. This gun has a 20-round magazine which can be upgraded to 50. It takes a suppressor, but can't take a flashlight or a laser sight, which is a shame, because it also can't take a scope, and the first-person ADS is currently bugged so that your rig clips into the camera, at least if you play as Scav Girl. Thus, this gun is best used in third person despite its lack of laser. Also, it doesn't have burst fire mode, but who really cares about that? So, despite that, the 50-round magazine, high rate of fire, and silencer makes it the best gun we've looked at yet. This is almost main weapon material. A-. The WLT MPL is the last gun that fires 9x19 and is purchasable from Grillo. It has a 30-round magazine and no parts or attachments at all? The fuck? Is this a joke? Low damage, small clip for an SMG. Even the rate of fire is bad. Why? F tier. Before we move on to the next ammo type, let's quickly revisit the GL19. As I said in the pistol video, the GL19 is basically an SMG once you upgrade it, but I think I actually undersold it. It's better than an SMG. Damage-wise, it's very similar to the PM9, but unlike the PM9 and every other SMG, the GL19 has more or less perfect accuracy with either first-person or third-person ADS. And that is why it is still A tier even when compared to SMGs. Actually still main weapon material. The 5.7 by 28mm round is only fired by the P90. It costs 338 credits for a box of 30 bullets, which weighs 0.4 kilograms and does 110 damage per shot. All of that is completely identical to 9x19, but the volume of a box of 5.7 by 28 is 30 cubic units, which is almost 20 times larger. This makes it rather unappealing as an ammo type, but what about the P90 itself? The P90 is purchased from Grillo and has a 50-round magazine and takes lights and lasers, but not a suppressor. However, it has what has to be the highest fire rate of all 50-round SMGs. It puts lots and lots of bullets in people really fast. This gun is main weapon material, A tier. Which is better between the P90 and the GL19 kind of depends on your playstyle. If this gun had a better ammo type and a suppressor, it would easily be S tier. The final two SMGs fire 45 ACP, which is notable for having a very low weight per box, but doing a pretty crazy 200 damage per shot. The first is the Chris Vector 45, which is purchasable from Grillo. 30-round magazine, no upgrades or attachments, but hey, this is another novelty weapon. Bang, 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 bang. Does good damage, though. 6,000 damage per clip, actually, which is the highest of any SMG so far. But no silencer and kind of a mediocre rate of fire. B tier. The last SMG is the Spectre M4, which can be purchased from Grillo or received as a quest reward for Enclave Strike. This gun is just built different. 50-round magazine right from the get-go, accepts a suppressor, good rate of fire. This gun's only limitation is that it can't have a flashlight and a laser together, just one or the other. Holy shit, this gun melts people. Because it has a 50-round mag and fires 45 ACP, it does 10,000 damage per reload. That absolutely dwarfs all of the other SMGs. S tier. Okay, now let's add the pistols back in to complete the tier list. Most of them are just trash at this point. The USP is the only single-shot pistol that still kind of has a purpose, but even then its limited damage causes fights to draw out for too long. So, D tier, which is now the not useless tier. M79 is still S tier. In summary, SMGs are best at close range with first-person ADS, but also all function as better pistols as they can be swapped to single fire. Actually, there's another class of weapons that's also only good at close range. So next time, shotguns.